There you go. Off to a blazing start here on Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. And from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and my sports reports, this being a special interview segment of our show. And shortly we are going to meet the Delaware Division II Girls State Track and Field Champions from the Tatnall School in Wilmington. The Hornets had a successful season. We just met their lacrosse champions, the girls there, just a couple days ago. We will meet the track and field champions next. But before we meet them, a couple things I would just like to mention because they are important. We have people that sponsor the show, and one of them is allaboutsportsu.com. Mr. Tim Wampler is a longtime softball coach and mentor, and he has developed this online training academy for softball players. And if you go to allaboutsportsu.com and subscribe for 1 year, use this flashing promo code, and you can take 15% off of that subscription. That's allaboutsportsu.com. Special thanks go out to my friends at Jazzercise in Newark, Middletown, and Elkton, Maryland. Please visit jazzercise.com. They're running a 20% off schedule promotion, I should say. And also, this is brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny, fascinating, and memorable experience for a party or an event that you're having, find out details about my show at marshallmanlove.com. I don't do many public shows. I am doing one October 7th. I know that's a ways away, but our schedules get filled up pretty quickly. So please mark down October 7th. It's a Saturday. I'm going to be performing my show at the Smyrna Opera House, and that would be in Smyrna. Yeah. So now, hopefully, when I press this next button, my guests will appear. A bunch of state champions from the Tatnall School in Wilmington. And they have successfully appeared on the screen. There are the Tatnall Hornets track and field team. State champions here in Delaware, waving goodbye. And their head coach, the living legend head coach, Pat Castagno, is in the background there. Coach, are you there?
Yes, we're here.
Congratulations on yet another championship. I think that's, 54 for you now, right?
Oh, sorry. I'm just popping in for a second here. Yes, I think we are in the 50s there. We're very excited about this current team who are coming off an indoor track state title and then did something extremely unique and special by winning the spring track title. And you're looking at the champions right here.
Yeah, look at them. They're all smiling. They're smiling like champions. That's for sure. So let's first of all just go around the room, and we're going to have everybody introduce themselves first, and then we're going to have one by one people take a center seat there and then find out a little bit more about the personalities behind the names in the box scores. Let's start far side from you, Coach. Would be to the left of my screen. Over. How are we going to do this? I don't know. Yeah, over there. Right. You're raising your hand. Start there.
Hi, I'm Lexi Tarlue. I'm a junior, and I'm a sprinter, hurdler, and jumper.
Hi, I'm Darian. I'm a junior, and I'm a sprinter and hurdler.
Hi, I'm Kiara. I'm a freshman, and I'm a sprinter and hurdler.
Remember, talk real loud when you're in the back there.
Hi, my name is Kiara. I'm a freshman, and I'm a sprinter and hurdler.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Montgomery. I'm a freshman, and I'm a sprinter and jumper.
Hi, I'm Mikayla Romeo. I'm a senior, and I'm a sprinter / digit.
Hi, I'm Neal, and I'm a sophomore. I'm a sprinter.
I'm Malana. I'm also a junior, and I'm a sprinter.
Hi, my name is Carlita. I'm a junior, and I'm a distance runner.
I'm Katrina Endres. I'm a junior, and I'm.
Hi, I'm Payne. I'm a sophomore, and I run distance.
All right, yeah, so it is going to be necessary to reintroduce yourselves when you come up here, but thanks again for coming here today. So are any of you captains of this team by any chance? Okay, let me have one of the captains take the first chair there. first chair, the center chair. Okay, reintroduce yourself there, young lady.
I'm Lexi Tarlue. I'm a junior. I'm a sprinter, hurdler, and a jumper.
All right, Lexi. So how did you do in the state championships this year yourself?
I think I did all right. I think I got fourth in long jump, third in the 100-meter hurdles, first in the 4x1, and fourth in the 4x2.
All right, so explain to our viewers how a team collects points so that they can capture a state championship.
For our team, especially, we have to do a lot of events individually and execute in those events to get points, especially in indoor and also in outdoor. Us doing a lot of events and also getting top 3, or not even top 3, or just top 8, and having multiple people in one event gives us a lot of points. Because 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, every point matters. So we experienced that last year when we tied. So we know that every point matters, and no matter what event you're in, you just try your best to get as many points as you can.
Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let's see. I was looking at you you long jumped here. I just happened to pull one up. You're fourth in a long jump there. Actually, 3 of you were in the top 5. You scored a lot of points there, you Hornets, in the long jump. There, Arianna in the back. I believe that's a state record. Was that right, Coach?
No, that was very close. Quarter inch off the
Oh, that's
state
right.
record.
That's right.
A
Quarter inch.
state meet record and a divisional record.
That's right. And it was a record of some sort there. It's kind of weird how all that gets played out, though. Why? All right. So I understand an individual meet record and all, but never mind. That's my issue. All right. Well, congratulations. So lots of points in the long jump there. So Lexi, what was the highlight of? Let's stick with the state championship. The highlight of the meet for you.
I think the highlight of the meet was us coming together and just supporting each other in all the events. I know a lot of long jumpers supporting distance runners supporting us in the relays and all our events, and being able to come together at the end of the meet and hold the trophy and show that our teamwork came together to win a state title.
All right. By the way, I'm looking at this long jump final, and right underneath it, I happen to write what the all-time state record was. So maybe I should just pay attention to myself sometimes. All right. Nice to meet you, Lexi. Let's get your next captain in here, whoever that might be. Is that going to be Carlita? Reintroduce yourself there, young lady.
I'm Carlita Caliher. I'm a junior and I run distance.
Yeah, now you've had an interesting year for yourself. One of the top distance runners in the state. And one of the rare occasions I actually got out to watch something in person was at the state championships for cross country this past year, where you were one of the favorites to be there. And unfortunately, you were injured. And I don't want to dwell on that. I want to know how you came back from that injury and what motivated you to come back and then end up with the success that you did have here at the States.
I would say my recovery was like a long process. For the first couple months, I swam a lot, and I was in the weight room trying the most I can do with strength. And then eventually I was able to start biking, and I cross-trained every day. And what really inspired me was coming to practice and seeing my teammates work really hard. And also the indoor state championship, I was able to watch everyone put their hearts out and really push themselves and it really inspired me to know that I'm coming back to a team that cares so much about each other and is all devoted. So it really helps to have my teammates, and it really pushed me to push myself to try to get back and help them in the outdoor state championship.
And what kind of results were you able to manage for yourself in the state championships or even the Newcastle County championships? Because the Newcastle County championships combine both divisions in our county, so there's actually a lot more competition there. So talk about your personal results there and how you felt about them.
At the counties, we got third in the 4x8, which I was really proud of our team there. And then I also ran the mile. I didn't have the best race, but I was happy that I could come at in like time my PR that I did last year. And then at the state champs, the 4x8 got second. I got third in the 2 mile, which I was very proud of that because I was able to double.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy with how I was.
Good for you. Congratulations. Because I know your mom watches a lot of what I do, so I get to see some of the reports on your progress and all. So I was glad to see that you were able to make it back and have the success that you did. Congratulations. All right. Was there another captain? There was somebody else a captain? Or was just two of you there? Okay, so let's work around the room then and reintroduce and from the far side of the room, near Lexi.
Oh, me?
Yeah, come on, yeah, switch a Carlita there. Come on up front and center. Reintroduce yourself and let's meet you, young lady.
Hi, I'm Darian Harris. I'm a junior, and I'm also a sprinter and a hurdler.
So when you say you're a sprinter, how far do you sprint?
The 400, that's as far as I will go.
Okay, but that's a horrible race, man. Just run as fast as you can for like a quarter of a mile. That's grueling. Why? All right, let me ask you this question. Why?
Well, that's a good question. I guess I've been running the 400 for a long time, and I've kind of developed a good tactic to run the race. So I guess running the 400 comes not easy, but it's not as a mental challenge as some of my other races.
All right, so I'm just going to tell you this quick anecdote because I'm just trying to relate to you in some way, all right? I tried the 400 when I was in high school, and the first time I ran it, I literally passed out halfway in the middle of my first attempt, and that was it. I was done. They wouldn't let me go to the starting line anymore after that. So it's a horrible race. I have total admiration for anyone who would do that successfully and just complete the 400. That's just amazing to me. So what were your results in the state meet, maybe meet of champions? I'm having a hard time getting all the results in one place. They're just kind of all over the place. So just fill me in, and the counties too.
In state championships, I took second in the 300-meter hurdles. And in the 200, I believe I took 6th. And in the meet of champs, I also took second in the 300.
Now, wait a second. So you also hurdle. So not only do you run like a quarter of a mile, but then you have to clear obstacles along the way. That's amazing.
Marshal, she broke our school record at the state championship, running 45.42 seconds.
And that's saying something because you have a lot of fantastic records over there, that's for sure. And I have to say that Coach Castagno is one of like the best record keepers in the state too. You know, it's fantastic, and it's a shame that people can't keep the records that he does all across the state because there's all this local sports history that is made, but it's chronicled in one of the best fashions at the Tatnall School, that's for sure. So very nice to meet you, young lady. Let's move on. I've got a lot of people to talk to. I could just sit here and talk forever, but I know everybody has to go places. Yep.
Hi. My name is Kiara Davis, and I'm a freshman, and I'm a long jumper, hurdler, sprinter. Yeah.
So what got you into track and field?
Well, I think it was the Olympics. I just saw, I think it was Allison Felix running in the Olympics, like in 2016. And I just asked my dad, like, oh, I want to do this. And then he signed me up. So.
Yeah, that's very inspirational to watch. That's for sure, right? The crowd cheering, the emotion that you see on people's faces when they win, and maybe it's inspiring carrying the flag or whatever that might be too, standing on top of the medals podium. So yeah, I can totally see that. So you're very young, obviously, as a freshman, right? I don't think there's any 19 or 20-year-old freshmen anymore, right? So would something like that, perhaps an attempt to make the Olympic team, be an aspiration for you?
Yeah, like I definitely know by high school I want to make the under 20 team. So, yeah.
So I did just find your long jump mark there at the States, 18 feet, 7 3/4. That's a lot. That's far. That's far. Yeah, and normally that would win. Unfortunately, fortunately for the team, unfortunately for you, I guess. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that. Your own teammate jumped over a foot farther. Like, good grief. So and then Lexi's there too. She's like, oh man, I jumped 17 feet, and what's up with that? I don't. So talk about, what do the three of you talk about as you're competing against each other, but with each other at the same time at that competition?
Honestly, it's just about like we're just trying to get points at the end of the day, and like we don't like, at least Coach Maybank always says like he doesn't care like who wins as long as we're getting points, then yeah, and like as long as we're also like performing well too. But
so do you give each other any helpful hints or anything like that? Do you say each other anything to and try to inspire each other, pump each other up or anything like that?
Yeah, like during like run-throughs and stuff, we can always look and see if we're over the board or behind the board, and then like always Lexi is always here to help boost the spirits and stuff. So yeah.
All right, fantastic. Nice to meet you. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
Who's up next?
Quickly, come, make it go. Boom.
Hi, I'm Mikayla. I'm a senior and I'm a mid-distance runner and a sprinter.
Did you say mid-distance runner or distance runner?
Mid-distance. I run the 800.
The 800. So how do we break that down? The 1, the 2, and the 4, the sprints, the 800s, the mid, and then the 16 and 32 are the long distance, right? Okay. So the 800's a horrible race too. So, but I find that to be one of the more exciting ones, and one of the reasons that I got excited about that race, one of the things that interested me was the Olympics, as a matter of fact. And Coach, you might remember that it would be 1972, and it's Dave Waddle in particular, right?
Sure.
That race. So yeah, so I like to watch the 800. And what kind of results did you have for yourself?
So I was in the 4x8 and the 4x4 at states, and the 4x8 got second and the 4x4 got third. And I had season PRs in my splits for both of these relays.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And do you participate in any other sports or just run all year round?
I just run, that's it. I used to do basketball, but I quit.
You transitioned into your favorite sport. Let's put it that way. Okay? Yeah. All right. And then what are you going to do for the summer for yourself?
Summer, I just started training I'm going to be running D1 cross country and track for my school. So I just started some training for that for my first cross country season of my entire life. And yeah, I'll also be working a little bit.
So you just like find the nearest woods and run through them? Is that how you get ready?
Like, I'll go to like a park or something like that, run on a trail, or like yesterday I did some hill work, or I might go to a nearby school to run on their track or something like that.
And Coach, this is why you have a championship team. You have young people like this who actually on their time off go find a hill and start running up it.
Very determined and committed group.
Yeah, you have to be, right? You have to be, because if you aren't, there's somebody right behind you who will be, that's for sure. Very nice to meet you. Let's play musical chairs once again. I should play music until somebody actually takes the chair. Then it'll be musical chairs.
Hi, I'm Katie Payne. I'm a sophomore and I run distance.
Yes, you do. I happen to know because I just have it in front of me. You won an individual state championship, at least one.
Yes, I won at states. I got second in the 2 mile. I won the mile. I won the 800, and then I ran with the 4x4 team and got third.
You look very happy about that.
Yeah, it was a really fun weekend for me.
Yeah, you should be happy about that. That's an exciting thing.
Yeah.
For sure. And how are your times for you?
At our state meet, I didn't run any PRs, but coming back at meet at champs, I ran the mile, which I won, and I ran 4:52, which was a really big PR for me. And then I came back in the 800 an hour later, and I ran up to another PR of 2:15, and then the 4x4 there too as well.
Wow. So just an hour later, you have to run again in that horrible 800-meter race. And so what did you do for that hour to try to keep yourself physically and mentally prepared for that grueling, horrifying half-mile race?
I think our coaches really prepare us well for like working when you're already tired. So in that hour, like I did a short shakeout and then like just tried to keep my legs like warm and have a little food and some water and just like rest for my next race. It was actually in our indoor state championship, all the races were like 30-40 minutes apart. So I'm definitely used to like running a second race on tired legs.
So how do you handle your caloric intake during a meet like that?
So for my first race, I'll usually have like a big meal, like 3 to 3.5 hours before. But if I have like a race an hour apart, I'll have like a small like snack with the right like ratio of like carbs to protein sort of, or like Gatorade with like electrolytes, something really light because I find like my stomach gets kind of heavy before a race. So I just try to have a little bit and a lot of water to, like stay hydrated, especially if it's a hotter meet.
And Coach, how much input do you give the girls and the guys too, because obviously they're there, as far as the nutritional aspect and the energy that they need to compete on race day like that?
Well, we definitely make it part of our program where we discuss the old adage, junk in, junk out. We kind of talk about, your energy that you have when the gun goes off comes from the meals you've been eating. So they pretty much do the rest of that. They're good eaters. They don't play around with that part of it because it's a big piece of the success formula for great performance. And so we talk about things. I've worked primarily with the distance runners. Coach Baybank works with the sprinters and jumpers, and he speaks to and leads by example the proper things to eat.
Okay. Well, Katie, congratulations on your success there. We'll see you in cross country.
Yeah.
Have a great summer.
Hi, I'm Katrina Endres. I'm a junior and I run distance.
Now, the distance, just the 1,600 and 3,200 for you, Katrina?
And
The 800 too. So you're a glutton for punishment as well. Yeah. So what got you into running? Look, I say that in jest. I have total admiration for anybody who runs a distance event. Trust me, and all that came from watching, actually, cross country quite some time ago when I started covering sports. I have a profound respect for all of you. So if you hear me joshing you or anything like that, trust me, it comes from a position of respect. So what got you into running long distance races?
So my brother did a program called CYM with Holy Angels, and so I started training with them like after he quit. And then I looked into different schools, and I really liked Tatnall, so I came here, and the rest is history.
Yeah, you picked the right school, that's for sure, and the right coach. That is for sure. So let me see. I happen to pull up the 1,600 meter state championship. You took fourth there, getting some points for the Hornets, 5:10, 64. How are your times and for you personally?
So the mile race was definitely a really good race. I would say it's the best race I've ever had. I was really fighting it out with Maddie Priest in the last 200 for third. She got me, but only by a little bit. And I feel like the state meet, I can always really like lock in and get in the zone because I have something I'm fighting for. Like I always do better when it's a team kind of competition, like when I'm working for the other girls rather than just like internally motivated.
Yeah, that was a stacked race, that 1,600 meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I wish I could have seen that, some video, because not only, well, Katie's there, but you got the kid from Indian River who's a state championship herself. You talk about Maddie Priest, and the girl from Conrad's really good too, Mallory Holloway. So, yeah, congratulations. That must have been really fun to watch. So let me ask this. Is that actually fun while you're doing this? It's a sport, right? We say that we play sports, but now you're running you're doing an event which is the punishment for all the other sports, right? Anybody else, like the football team, the baseball team, whatever, they do something bad, they make them run. That's their punishment. You chose this for like fun, I guess. I don't know, right? So is it fun for you?
That, like a sport like track and cross country, it really shows how much you can endure. And I think that there's parts that are hard and that are painful, but in the end, like you get this amazing high from sacrificing so much and then making yourself so much better for it. Not to mention, like, all of these girls are like my best friends, and I get to work with them together to reach a goal, like winning states or placing at counties and things like that. And it really just proves to me that I'm able to do things a lot harder, and that goes for more than just running. Like our coach always tells us that the pain we endure in practice or in meets is going to transfer into the rest of our lives. So if we learn to be a hard worker and endure now, then in college and in our adult life, we're going to be better for it.
There's no doubt about that. And I can tell you, as somebody who hires people from now and then, if I find out that somebody has been like a successful distance runner or a wrestler, that is like a feather in their cap, because I know they have the mental determination to do what it takes to succeed in life, right? Just period. I'm telling you, you're going to find out, we're going to find out years down the road that all of you have wonderful levels of success. I have no doubt about that. So congratulations to you, Katrina. And we have three more to bring up front. You're blocking one there.
I'm Malana, Neal. I'm a junior, and I'm a sprinter at the history.
And what were some of the highlights of your track season this year?
I had a pretty big drop in time in my 800 and 400 from the indoor season into the outdoor season, and I'm pretty proud of what I've done.
And so talk about your experience at the state championship. It's a 2-day event. What do you do while you're not running and competing?
Well, before my races, I get really nervous, so it's a lot of mental preparation and trying to get myself in the zone so that I can focus and do my best. And then after I run, it's just supporting my teammates. Really fun,
And how do you go about doing that? How do you help support your teammates?
Well, I cheer for them when they're running, and I go congratulate them at the line.
Did you take any good pictures or video with your phone while you were there?
I got one cool picture of us running with a trophy. That was cool.
Yeah, that's definitely cool.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I heard that a giant game of Duck, Duck, Goose broke out somewhere there. Was any of you involved in that? You were? So did you happen to start that game? or just find yourself in the middle of it?
It was actually two boys from Smyrna who started it, and I know one of them, Elijah Williams. He's a hurdler. He won the 100 hurdle, 110-meter hurdle, and he started the game. And he was like, "Guys, let's play Death or Fuse." And everybody just started getting in a circle. But unfortunately, when we just started the game, they called us to go get the trophies. So we didn't get very far, but.
That's funny. That was funny. So now, are you running track all year long? And how about during the fall season? You run cross country?
I don't run cross country, but I do training all year round.
Okay. So in the fall season, it's not like you take off, but you don't compete for the school, correct? Right now, do you see that changing? Is your coach trying to get you to run through the woods?
Yeah, they've tried, but I don't think that's something I want to do.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I know that I'm right there with you. You know, I'll tell you what, it's so cool though. It's so cool. Congratulations on your success. What are you gonna do for this summer?
I have a training plan that my dad is putting together with my coaches and my uncle, who owns like a training program thing.
Okay.
And I plan on doing a couple meets as well. Not for school, but just for.
With the AAU meets or something?
Yeah.
Something like that? Would that be right, Coach? Part of an AAU program?
Well, there are many different kinds of events that are being held this summer all over the country. So all these guys, most of these guys are they're still involved with racing and training for the summer.
Yeah. I have to. Because the minute you slow down, somebody's passing you, right?
Right.
All right. Nice to meet you. We have a couple more young faces to meet here.
Hi, I'm Camille Johnson. I'm a sophomore, and I triple jump. I do 400 and sometimes a 300 triple.
And sometimes a 200. So talk about your personal success at the states, the counties, or anything like that. But I'm going to actually, once you do that, I'm going to have you talk about another meet that Coach, did you go to Penn Relays?
We did go to Penn Relays.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about next. But let's talk about the state meet and counties, whatever you want to talk about there.
Okay.
It's your show now.
I took second place at states in the triple jump. I think I placed 10th in the open 400. It was a little bit of a rough day there. I placed third in the 4x4, and I placed fourth in the 4x6.
So you scored a lot of points here for the team. And the problem with me trying to find this all on the website is like I got to go up and down, and I can't find it all. So, but what were your times and distances, and were you happy with them?
I didn't get any PRs at the state meet or the county championship, but I was happy with my placing in the triple jump. It's been an interesting journey. My best meet all season, or my all-time PR, is 37.3, which I accomplished this year.
Fantastic. Now, did you go to the Penn Relays with the Tatnall Hornet track team?
Yes, I did.
Let me tell you, that is one of the coolest events I've ever been to in my life. That is fantastic. There's teams from all around the country, other countries. I was actually there one year. Usain Bolt was with a Jamaican team. Didn't know it at the time, of course, but it's just so fantastic to be there. Talk about what you remember of the Penn Relays in Franklin Field there in Philadelphia.
I remember just like warming up with my teammates and just getting in the zone, and how we all were just kind of like, whatever happens, like, we're just all like
So then it was all business to you then, right? Did you do anything fun? Did you, like, I don't know, talk to other people from other schools or anything like that, or just like, all right, we're gonna just do business here, find something to eat and go home?
I mean, of course, like before your race, like you're trying to just get in the zone and, you know, just not really be distracted by outside things. But afterwards, definitely like shopping or just watching like the pros compete and the college athletes.
Awesome. And where'd you go to eat after that?
I don't really remember. We went out to eat, but I don't remember where we went. It was a while ago.
Yeah, I'm a little obsessed with food because I've been on this diet for like the last few months, and all I want to do is eat. So, that's why there's a lot of food questions involved here. All right. Well, very nice to meet you. Congratulations on your success, and we'll see you next year. You gonna run through the woods?
Last but not least.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Arianna Montgomery. I'm a freshman, and I'm a jumper, hurdler, and sprinter.
Yes, you are. You had a successful year there, young lady. Nearly broke the state record of somebody who was from your school, who just did it just a few years ago, as a matter of fact, too. And you look kind of like you might be on the tall side there, Arianna. How tall are you?
5'8".
5'8", yeah. That's good long jumper height there, right, Coach?
That's right.
And all right, so we want. Look at this. I'm trying to scroll through this page to find your results and all this. All right, so it was the long jump. You won the triple jump, right?
Not with long jump
No, just long jump
and the 100 hurdles.
and the hurdles. That's it. And how'd you do in the hurdles?
At states, I did well at PR.
And what place did you come in?
I got first.
Yeah, that's doing pretty well. Can't do much better than first, right? So, Coach, help me out. I'm trying to find these results. They're all over the place. I can't find it. All right, so she wins the hurdles, the long jump. She win 4 or 3?
Well, states 3, 3 golds at states and 3 golds at the meet of champions.
Yeah. So talk about the meet of champions. We haven't talked about that. That's when how many of from each division advance, Coach?
So it's the winner from each division event, and then the next 6 best times or performances that
Okay.
make it into the champs.
So, talk about what it's like. So you've just won what you call the state championship, right? And you gear yourself up for that, and then you got to find out that like a few days later you got to do it all again, and then race all and jump against all the other people from the other division who are calling themselves champions too, right? What's that like mentally for you?
I was very tight and sore the days before, and I was a little tired the day of, but I feel like, I don't know, just like everyone there, especially nighttime under the lights, it just like, I was just really excited for it.
Yeah. Now, how did you do in the winter season, Arianna?
I won the 55-meter hurdles. I got second and PR'd in the 55. I got second in the 200, and I did horrible in long jump.
And in the fall, did you compete for the team at all?
No,
The school?
I did volleyball.
What's that?
I did volleyball.
I did volleyball. Yeah. You're gonna do volleyball again in the fall? You're gonna run through the woods? What are you gonna do in the fall? Volleyball? Okay. All right. Well, volleyball's fun because you're not running through the woods. So I don't blame you there. Just don't twist an ankle or anything like that. Your coach is going to be very upset with you. And why did you choose the Tatnall school? Did you choose it or your parents say you're choosing this?
No, me and my parents, because I was trying to find a middle school, and the middle school I was supposed to go to was really bad. And I got accepted into Tatnall, and then like I knew a lot of people here, so yeah, it was a good school.
All right, so you've been there through middle school, is that what you said? Okay. Hey, Coach, when you saw Arianna in the middle school and you know she was running and you see how fast she's running, are you like, Are you like licking your chops? You're like, oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna win some more state championships now.
A lot of these guys were here in middle school, and it's nice to see the middle school program do well. And sometimes for independent schools in Delaware, we're allowed to run eighth graders up to with the high school team because our school's so small. It's hard to field teams without tapping into the eighth grade group. But we also want to preserve, the middle school program, and so we're always taking a look at what they're doing at that level, and if appropriate, they move up with us as an eighth grader.
Did she run as an eighth grader last year? I can't remember. Yeah.
Yes.
And were you winning stuff last year as an eighth grader too, Arianna? Yeah.
I won the 100, 200 long jump before my win.
Wow. See, I wish I was a little bit more prepared. I should have known that. But I'm telling you, the information's like all over the place. It's so scattered. It's just hard to find. But yeah, you're like the real deal, no doubt about that. And I guess good luck in volleyball season. But I think that's a good choice. I happen to referee volleyball, so I'll probably see you there too, I guess. Right. And what are you going to do for the summer? Play volleyball or run?
I run at club meets and train and have fun with my family.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you. Hey, Coach, fill in any blanks here. I know because you know me. I leave lots of blanks out there when I talk to groups of people.
Yeah, there's a lot the girls can talk to you about regarding our 4x100 relay, which set a meet of champions record. It was very close to setting a state record, set a state meet record and a school record, and every one of those girls return next year. So they can tell you about that experience at Penn Relays, but just the execution and the timing of being able to pass the baton around 4 times in 47 seconds is unbelievable amount of work that these girls put in to master that. So they can tell you more about that relay, but that's one of our big highlights of the season. But in addition to that, we're very proud of every one of these guys and everybody who's not in the room right now that was part of our program this year. It's always great to be 35, maybe 38, I can't remember, teams in Division II. To be the champions of that division is a thrill for us. And even though we have won some in the past, it's always fresh and new because it's a new group of girls. So we're going into summer very proud of this group.
Yeah, and all of you are coming back next year too, right? Like all of you. Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, so I see great things for all of you. So who wants to take the 4x100 question there? Who is in it? You're all in it, right? Here.
Our 4x1 was me, Darian, Ari, and Kiara. We first came out on the first week of the season at AI. We ran 48.9 seconds, and by the end of the season at New Chance ran 47.83 seconds, and the state record is 47.78. So we are 0.05 off the state record, but we broke the state record, broke the New Chance record, we broke the Newcastle County record, and we broke the school record.
That's awesome. You're going to get that state record next year.
And we're going to New Balance Nationals next weekend.
When?
New Balance Nationals. I believe it's next weekend at first.
Oh, wow. So when you're in school, do the 4 of you just pass stuff to each other in the halls all day long? I keep mentally prepared.
No, but me and Darian like to act like going over fake hurdles in the middle of the hallway sometimes.
Yeah, congratulations. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's some of these records are real hard to beat. It takes so they get to a certain point, Coach, right? And then it's you got to wait a generation for that to come down again, it seems, right?
Yeah.
So what else should I know here? Any other blanks, Coach?
Well, let's see. I think that with our practice sessions down at the track, every Monday we have an opportunity to say some special things about each other in a team meeting, and this group of kids are very respectful and thoughtful and really do care about each other. And I think that's a key important ingredient to being champions, is in not just in track but in life. And we've got the group here that's going to teach that to the next kids that are coming in next year, and hope to continue.
And so let's do this. We're running a little long, but I still want to do this anyway. Let's start with Katie. I'm going to start with you. Work clockwise around the room and back up with you. Take a look at Arianna. Say something interesting, funny, or positive about her.
About who?
Arianna.
Oh, okay. I think, something positive would be that she really brings a lot of energy, to every day. I feel like whenever I see her, she always has a smile on her face, and I always get to say hi to her in the hallway, which besides track really brightens my day. I think she always has a positive outlook, even when if we're racing, even if it's 100 degrees or if it's raining, I feel like I can always count on her for trying her best every day.
All right. Arianna, look to your right. Same question. Say something interesting, funny, positive, whatever you want.
I think Darian is a very funny teammate. It's fun to practice with her. And when I see her in the hallway, I always before we the champs, I was like, "Is that my third leg that's been passed the baton for me?" And
All right. Well done. All right, same question for you. Take a look at Lexi.
I can always count on Lexi to always be positive and always put a smile on her face. And her energy is just so contagious. She's always bubbly, always smiling, and I can always count on her, see her in the hallway, and just always say hi to me, even when I'm laser focused and trying to get to my destination. She always stops and just says hi. So, and she's always very supportive too. She's such a supportive teammate. She is literally just running across the field during the 4x4 at state and need a chance to cheer on her teammates.
All right, Lexi. Turn to your left. Work around the back there.
Hey, for Kiara. One thing I love about Kiara is that Kiara is always working hard. We'll be we have a terrible day at practice the day before, and I will see Kiara in the weight room doing Pilates. Or she's always working hard, and she holds herself to a high standard, and she always tries her best to me, and she gives her 100% everything she does. She gives 100% everything she does, and I think that's a really great quality. She has one of the best work ethics I've ever seen.
Absolutely. All right, Kiara, same question for you. Look to your left.
But because it's been a really great supportive friend, and then every time I'm in the weight room, she's always there too, during her workout. So we like to work out together, and she's been doing really good. And we're proud of all the years.
Awesome. Same question for you. Take a look to your left. You have Carlita.
So I'll be speaking about Carlita. I've known Carlita for years, since we were since elementary school. We've both kind of grown up together from various things together.
Nice and loud. I'm just having a hard time picking you up here.
Sorry, we both have a strong background together. Her and I did UIM together, so we both ran for ICHAM. So we've always just kind of looked out for one another growing up, supporting one another, no matter what about it.
Well said. Carlita, take a look at Katrina.
I've been racing Katrina since we were about 5 years old. Our first race together was a triathlon, and it was a video of this, and it was just me and her racing the whole time. I did end up beating her. But, so since then, she's been my best friend. She's really helped me through these past 3 years of high school and running. feeling, or I'm like, she brings up my spirits every week. So I'm very grateful to have her.
Yeah, well done. Katrina, you have Katie Payne.
When Katie Payne joined my sophomore year, I swear our team instantly got like exponentially fast. Like Katie has always pushed to the front and pushed the pace and led by example. She's not she bites. She doesn't bark. She bites. Like she will always do what she says she's gonna do. She says she's gonna run 450. She will run 450. She's always down for another rep. You know, she's laser focused in workouts. We laugh, we giggle during rest, but when it's time to go, she's always up front. She's always pushing. And the kind of running we do takes an insane amount of mental energy. So continue to also be like such an excellent student. I mean, straight A's, 8 classes, like an excellent student, and artist, and cello player. It's just really incredible, and I really look up to your well-roundedness and talents.
Yeah, well done. Well done. I love that little exercise. That is for sure. Get a good idea of what everybody thinks about everybody else. It's well done, ladies. All right. I think that's going to be about it. Ladies, thank you so much for taking time to have a conversation with me here today. Coach, thanks for arranging this here today. Congratulations on yet another state championship for you. Congratulations on your individual success and team success, everybody seated there. I hope you stay healthy and happy, and we'll see some of you running in the woods in the fall, and Ari on the volleyball court there. And then have a wonderful summer. Wave goodbye to our growing fan base here at Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. I'm going to hit end meeting for all. I saw one hand flying from the side there, and I had to be the coach. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and take great care. All right. The Tatnall Hornet track and field team, the girls team, state champions for the outdoor season to back up their indoor championship as well. Special thanks go out to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Donnie M., my friends Tommy K. and Joey B., supporters of the show from day one. You can support the show simply by subscribing on whatever video platform you find these videos. Occasionally press play so you can learn more about the personalities behind the names in the box scores. And if you would like to recommend somebody to me to come have a conversation with me, reach out to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. Send any local sports items of interest to me at that email address as well. It's mysportsreports@gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove, and now it is time for me to go because it is snacky time here in the home studio in Middletown, Delaware. That was a long one, but it was fun. Great group of people there, that's for sure. I'm out.